In the fall of 2025, I pedaled my bicycle for more than 1,000 miles on a self-contained solo ride down the Pacific Northwest coast. My trip began in Seattle, Washington, after taking an Amtrak train across the U.S. from my home in Vermont. 4 weeks later, I completed my cycling journey at Bodega Bay, just north of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, California. If you've ever set out on a multi-day, self-contained bicycle tour, or if it's something you'd wanted to do but haven't made it happen yet, this video is for you. My style of travel is rooted in self-reliance. I don't put emphasis on metrics such as miles per day or elevation gained. In my view, traveling by bike is not an endurance sport, nor is it a luxury tour. In this video, I'll show you what works for me and my budget, allowing me to immerse myself in the landscapes, communities, and self-discoveries that two-wheeled, human-powered travel makes possible. I've pedaled the Northwest coast on my bicycle twice before. The first time, I was in my 20s, setting out on my first Trans-America ride, a journey of more than 5,000 miles that meandered from the shores of the Pacific in Washington to the Atlantic coast in Maine. The second time, 4 years later, I was anxious to share the magic of self-supported bicycle touring with my bride. The day after our wedding, we flew to San Francisco and set out on a journey that would ultimately total more than 4,000 miles. The first 1,000 miles of that journey were along Highway 1 and 101 from the Golden Gate Bridge north to Seattle. Since that time, I've dreamed of returning to the Pacific coast with my bicycle, a retrospective ride of sorts. It took me 35 years to make it happen. The Pacific Northwest coast is remarkable for its natural beauty. It's also remarkable for how relatively undeveloped it has remained, thanks to a combination of geography and forward-thinking folks who set large swaths of the coast aside as public lands. So much so that the Oregon coast is referred to as the People's Coast. All three states, Washington, Oregon, and California, have extensive public access via state and national park lands, interspersed with small communities that offer the amenities that cyclists seek. Over this 4-week trek, I pedaled a little more than 1,000 miles. I decided to ride in September and early October, taking advantage of the drier, warmer months at the close of summer and into early fall, but late enough in the year to avoid the heavier traffic of the peak tourist season prior to Labor Day. I also chose to travel from north to south in order to benefit from the prevailing winds that blow reliably from the northwest during that time of year. Much needed stop.
Here you go, darling.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. You want some more coffee?
I would love more coffee. I've pretty much had this section of 105 all to myself this morning. Here we go, across the span. Did my grocery shopping. A close friend, someone I'd met on my first Trans-America ride, once gave me a piece of advice that I haven't forgotten. Go without expectations, therefore no disappointments. Admittedly, I don't always follow his advice. To begin with, I set myself up for expectations by the fact that I've ridden the route before. I had thousands of photographs and extensive travel journals to look back on while planning my trip. The question that experiences from decades ago couldn't answer, however, was the one of how the me of today would fare. As one now eligible for senior discounts, I couldn't help but wonder and worry if long-distance bike travel is better suited to youth. It's only about 20 to 6 Pacific Coast time, and I'm ready for bed. By the time I boarded a train for Seattle, it had been more than 40 years since dipping my wheels near the mouth of the Columbia River on my first ride across America. Through downtown Arcata. Seems to be as I had remembered it from '89. How had the youthful energy during those rides, along with the passage of time, colored my memories? For instance, I didn't recall the route as particularly hilly. It is. Gotta get over this 5-mile climb. How would my body respond to being in the saddle every day for weeks on end? What adjustments would I need to make in my daily mileage expectations? Would I end up walking some of the steeper climbs? Those unknowns almost prevented me from going ahead with the trip. In these videos, you'll learn how the older me prevailed and learned to adjust. Just a word of advice, I guess, is if at all possible, plan your trips where you have flexibility. Over the weeks following this introductory video, I'll be sharing more detailed episodes in which I'll take you on a more in-depth view of my journey, sharing my thoughts, tips, and insights as I go. Finally, I'll wrap up the series with an episode focusing on my bike and the gear that I carry. You'll see what things have worked for me for decades now, and things that haven't. So I invite you to come along for the ride. I'll see you in the next episode in Seattle.